Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq Ambeya. Today, I'm going to persuade you guys on so that you will have a good positive data footprint later on. Okay, so what is a digital data footprint? Okay, digital data footprint or data footprint is a person's or a record of a person's online activity, such as whenever we visit a website. So for example, when we visit blogs, or when we visit a page, FIFA page, or everything, then it's also the search history. So whenever we search something on the Google, it will be recorded in our personal data, digital personal data. And also about the purchase history. So all of things that we purchase on the internet will be recorded in our personal data. And lastly, all of the things that we post on the social media. So basically, in a simple term, digital footprint is created whenever we use internet. So for example, if we post something on our social media, all of the information that we post on our social media will be recorded in our personal digital footprint. Or whenever we buy something on the Shopee or on the Lazada, the thing that we buy or the review that we leave after we get the items, all of it will be recorded in our personal data in digital footprint. Okay, so let me tell you guys that digital footprint has two type of digital data. Two main type. Sorry. So the first one is the active digital footprint. So active digital footprint is when we post something on our social media, or whenever we leave some reviews on the internet. So for example, during Raya or during Chinese New Year, so after we take a good picture, we surely will post some picture on our Instagram. Or whenever we buy something on the Shopee or on Lazada, we will leave some reviews on the bottom of the comment section of the shop, because we want to tell others about how satisfied are us about that product. So all of that thing will be recorded as our active digital footprint. So then let's talk about the second type of digital footprint, which is the passive type. Okay, passive type is whenever we use the internet, such as when we do a web surfing, or when we search for something on the Google, or when we open the page on the Google, then there's a cookies that we need to accept. Okay, that cookie also will be recorded as our passive income. And lastly, whenever we buy something on the internet, which is our online purchases, it will also be recorded as our passive digital footprint. Okay, so based on these two type of digital footprint, all of that information will be used to other people, or they will use it to look at our preference, or look at our online activity, and some of them will give us some ads that is called as a targeted ads. Okay, I think a lot of people have experienced this kind of thing. So for example, when we talk about something or when we search about something, suddenly ads about that thing pop-ups. Okay, so for example, from my experience, last month when I talk about my friend that I really love this one bike since I was a child. So but I don't really remember it. So let me try to Google it. So when I type the keywords that I remember, which is the Kawasaki, and I search in the Google, so I could find the motorbike that I like, which is the Kawasaki Ninja. And then the next day, when I open my social media, when I open my Instagram, I open my Facebook, suddenly I could see there's a lot of ads about people selling their superbike, which is the superbike that I love, which is the Kawasaki Ninja. So that is what they call as targeted ads. Okay. So the reason why I'm here is to persuade you guys to have a positive digital footprint. Okay, why we need to have a positive digital footprint? Because nowadays most of the employees or most of the company will do some background research. They will do a research to know that what do we do before this, where do we study, and they will also, or they will surely look at our digital footprint. So if we have a positive digital footprint, I think the chance to get hired is higher. Higher. But if we have a negative one, I think the chance to get hired is low compared to other people that have a positive one. Plus, if we have a negative digital footprint, our reputation could be tarnished, and our relationship with our friend could also be broken or not as good as before. Because if they saw our previous post that is negative, such as whenever we post some sensitive topic, such as we support the human trafficking activity, so that post will be recorded as our active digital footprint, and if someone search for it, they will saw it, and our reputation and our relationship will be broken. So let us keep in mind to always have a good or a positive digital footprint. Okay, so what do we need to do to have a good or positive digital footprint? So I think firstly we need to always check or always think twice before we post something on the social media or on the we post some review on the internet, because sometimes it's better to not post that thing and just let it go. But if we, after we think it twice, after we think it properly, and it is not really that bad or is a good post, then we should post. Because if we post some negative thing, it will affect in the upcoming future. Okay, then we also should not post our personal data in our social media or internet, because nowadays hackers could use our personal data and impersonate us to scam other people. So let's us not post our personal data such as our address or our bank account. Okay, so lastly, for the conclusion, in conclusion, I think all of us have a digital footprint. So I think we need to take a good care of it by not post some negative thing and just post some a good thing, so that it will not affect us in the upcoming future. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.